And over here in the navigator seats from Buckinghamshire, United Kingdom. He is, I got that switched up. We've got the Brits over there driving. I don't know who's on what, but you have the right side steering on this with the left side. Welcome to America. 1962 Jaguar MK2 Sportsman Division, Team Lion. They have a story. You're going to get started on the race. I have a quick story about the bad guys used to be too fast, so the police over there got that car so they could keep up with them.
1931 Ford Model A sedan, brothers-in-law, college buddies. Steve House out of Littleton, Colorado. Marty Palmer out of Sioux City, Iowa. This little 31 Model A. Twin Fiends, their team name. This car was stored back in the 1990s. It's holding up pretty well here. As I said earlier, almost 4 million Model A's built between 1928 and 1931. This beautiful body style here. Set now across the straight racing highway.
A wonderful couple of the cats rolling in here. Team 101 and a 73 Chevy Camaro. Chris and Beth out of Asbury, New Jersey. Chris is driving, Beth navigating in their third straight race. And back in the day during COVID, Chris needed something to do, so he decided he was going to learn to paint a car. And this is the car in the original paint that he put on it that day. And super glad that they're here. This car's been doing well for them over the years. Team, good luck. We'll see you tonight. Here's the best.
Rolling into the gate here, 1968 Ford F-100 long bed. Dennis Downs out of Mays, Kansas, your driver. Terry Glugich out of Martindale, Texas, his navigator. This is Team D&D. Old water skiing buddies from back in the day in a bump-side Ford truck. I'm a little bit jealous about the good time they're about to have here. Sweet, wonderfully restored 1968 Ford F-100 truck. One of the few cars that had enough room to put all the sponsor stickers on, Scott.
Yeah, plenty more. Tell Harriet, we got room for more stickers. Team 58 right here in a 56 Ford Victoria. Victor and Peggy Stanley out of Sussex, Wisconsin. Victor's driving, Peggy's navigating. They're in the Sportsman Division. Team name Honeymooners. They came in smiling last year. We want them to keep smiling this year. Oh, I'm sorry. For you car people, this is a 62 Galaxy. You may have caught that. They threw that one on me. They changed that since they got here. But super glad that they're here. Thank you all.
Pretty neat car coming in the gate here. 65 Ford Cobra replica. Gilberto Pistone out of Davie, Florida, your driver. Ernesto Carizosa out of Western Florida, your navigator. 65 Ford Cobra. Let's just take a little moment to soak it in. Oh, heavenly sounds here. Rookie division competitor. Certified in Eastern Germany. All over the world. They only go singing Sunspring. We'll see how they feel about their choice of wheels here in about 4 days.
We're looking for a chiropractor today. Team 138, 40th wedding anniversary at the end of this race. Daniel Joe and his lovely bride Lisa over here out of Washington, D.C. Daniel's driving, Lisa's navigating in a 55 Chevy Cavalier station wagon. Bluebell is the name of the car. I'm a Southern boy, that's ice cream in my world, and I love it. California Power is the team name. Good luck. We'll hopefully have a great anniversary at the end of the race.
Father and son team here, pretty neat. 73 Mercedes-Benz 450 SE. Father and son, you heard me. Andy Sarver out of Cape Coral, Florida. And Ryan Sarver out of Amsterdam, Netherlands. Another international team, but also father and son, also in Mercedes-Benz. Pretty exciting deal for them to get to Route 66 with us this year as we compete along the way. The Sarver Triad, your race begins now.
They probably will not need a chiropractor at the end of the week. Team 35, Brian Turner out of Harwinton, Connecticut is driving. Brandon Way from Waxhaw, North Carolina is navigating 1966 Plymouth Valiant convertible in the Sportsman Division. How many races? Number 2 race for this team. They apparently either didn't do it just right and decided they wanted to come back, or they actually loved it. We haven't decided how crazy we all are yet, but we're super glad they're back. Get on out on the road.
Oh my goodness, Scott, check this car out. If you fell asleep, wake up. 65 Buick Riviera, beautiful car. I was reminded by my friend here, this fella, due to his magnificent mustache, I pulled him out of the crowd in Maine 2 years ago because one of our racers had a wonderful mustache, and here he is, great racing with us. I get a commission off of recruiting him. No, I do not. Jeffrey and Ross Osterhout out of New York and Connecticut. These brothers having a large time in a beautiful 65 Buick Riviera.
Large time with large mustache.
They are the mustache-tokenest dudes here today, I guarantee it.
Team 55, Tom and Tara Clark. Father-daughter, Moorville, North Carolina is where Tom's coming out of. Tara's Moorville. Oh yeah, there's two R's. Two O's in it. About this time of day, Jason and I start to stroke out, just so you know. Tara Clark from Concord, North Carolina, in a 55 Ford Thunderbird, Sportsman Division. We know this
Here we go, 68 Chrysler Imperial Crown. This is legitimately a go-into-town car. Andy Moriarty out of Franklin, Tennessee, driving. He is Greg Wydell out of DeMont, Indiana, to navigate this thing. They'll be riding in style. This is the Chi-Town Post. Beautiful Imperial Crown. Check out, I don't know, this rear quarter is somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 or 8 feet long.
I'm pretty sure they could raise money by hauling other racers' cars their clothing in the back.
They're carrying every piece of luggage for all 530 of us this week.
Team number 3, beautiful husband and wife, Roger and Esther Shackett out of Coral Springs, Florida, just cruising along in the town. 1957 Chevy Bel Air with airs. Team Shackett, Roger has owned this car for 24 years and has driven on the Hot Rod Power Tour in 14 great races. So no stranger to races. They love it. They have fun. Good luck. We'll see you later.
I don't know, Scott. This is probably one of my sleeper favorites. 1973 Porsche 911T. Mark Meinzinger, Steve Roth out of the great state of Washington, where we rallied in, I think, 2018. Beautiful, beautiful state up there. We've rallied there before. They're getting out and seeing a little bit different part of the country in a sweet little 1973 Porsche 911T. What color is this called? Metallic green. Well, I couldn't have guessed that if you'd paid me. No, what a neat little car with the Buttes on it. Get out of here, boys. Mark and Steve having a wonderful time. Flat 6 powered Porsche.
Team 119, the Skinner boys, Rich and Kyle Rich is out of Austin, Texas. He's driving. Kyle's out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Navigating a 62 Chevy Corvette in the Sportsman division. Team name Hoosier Daddy Brothers. The brothers team. Father Rick bought this car wrecked when he was 15 years old for $600. Got it all fixed up, and you can hear the boys are. This is highwaying around the country.
Incredible stories on these cars. Check this out. It's a heck of floss. The 1966 Mercedes-Benz 230S. Little baby fins on the back. Mark and Megan Seigenthaler out of the great state of New York. Mark out of New York. Megan out of Rockland, Maine. This is the M&M Seigenthaler father and daughter team in a sweet little late 60s Mercedes-Benz. I love the little fins on this car. We had one of these cars when I was a young lad, born in the military in Germany. I remember the pictures growing up. Neat little car, going out there to do some touring on the great race.
Team 41, 1973 Ford Mustang. Roy Franco out of Cornelius, North Carolina is driving. Scott Steger is Davidson, North Carolina's navigating. This car has a really cool history, by the way. We're not going to be able to talk much about it. Rusty Wallace bought this car. Yes, NASCAR racer Rusty Wallace bought this car for his wife. These boys picked it up at an auction and were able to confirm with Rusty Wallace and talk to him about this car. It's a pretty cool story on that car.
The 1953 Ford F-100 rolling in here. From Puyallup, Washington, Roger Smith driving this thing. Eric Young out of Kirkland, Washington, home of the Costco hot dog. No, it's home of Costco. Team Evergreen and sweet pickup truck. When you hear the horn, boys, he's going out of here in that working machine. I love the pickup truck, Scott. Absolutely in love with, especially the old Ford trucks that had such character. They did the thing. Love to see one all gussied up and restored like this guy.
The Haybrooks coming through in their 64 Ford Falcon two-door wagon. Which sounds beautiful, by the way. John Haybrook out of Atlanta, Georgia is driving Owen around. He's out of Atlanta also. This is Team Dino Juice. And this is their third straight race together. Can you imagine father-son heading in the family car cross country? What great memories. 100th anniversary down Route 66.
2 parts adventure, 1 part crazy, and a whole lot of fun. Marilyn Monrovia out of Pasadena, California, has tricked her cousin Mandy Flower from Richmond, Virginia, into navigating this 1951 Ford shoebox convertible. These are the Peach Ladies, Team Peach Lightning. She gone. And the clutch went with it, by the way. I don't know if
I'm thinking that may not be the first red
She
light.
slipped that thing like she was racing a motorcycle.
Team 83. Team 83, Gary Jones out of Bedford, New Hampshire, is driving. Terry Jones out of Bedford, New Hampshire, is navigating 1962 MGA Sportsman Division. This is a speckled hen, by the way, is the name of their car. We found out last year that that's because this was the car that they used as a sample for spray paint colors in the factory, and it was known in the factory as the speckled hen. And here it is, racing across country. And we also talk about the fact that this is all Terry's luggage. Gary wears the same pair of socks all week long. She's got all her stuff right here.
I love the family affairs. I just never had this kind of chance in my life. A father and son team. Lyle and Mark Nino out of Rochester, Minnesota, in a beautiful 1970 Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS 454, epitome of luxury back in the day, the 70 Monte Carlos. The Ninos here, father and son. This is a bucket list item for Dad. They got the perfect car to do it in. Plenty of power. It's the right color for desert running. Absolutely love it. I hope you guys have the time of your lives this week on the Hemmings Straight Race presented by Coca Tire. Get on out of here. Very subtle SS badges down on the rocker panels.
Team 89, 65 Ford Mustang Fastback. They're in the Sportsman Division. Ken and Jen Arters from Lionville, Pennsylvania. Ken's driving, Jen is navigating. Rocket Dog Racers, this is the first time out in this car. You know, let's just take the car. We haven't test drove it yet. We're just going to bring it down and drive it 2,500 miles across country. A little stressful drive. No big deal. They got this. Awesome. Got some birthdays this week coming up, too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a fan of European cars, zoom in here. This impossibly rare 1965 BMW 1800 PISA George Calpo and David Roberts out of Atlanta, Georgia. This one of 4 factory race cars shipped to the United States in 1965. This little 1800 Pisa, badass car. Really, really, really rare. Unique. Obviously a precursor to the 2002s that if you're a fan of the little Roundel cars, you'll be much more familiar with that. This super rare, hiding in plain sight. I'm stoked to see it on Great Race this year. Get out of here, boys. Look at the lines on that car. What a spectacular restoration.
This is 1936 Bentley Tour 4.5 liter father-son team out of Birmingham, Alabama. David over here is driving on this side of the car. Ethan over there is the son navigating. Sportsman Division, they've done this a few other times. 3rd year in this car. David is the dad and grandpa. Ethan missed last year for the Great Race because he was having a baby. We just found out yesterday he's about to have another one. So I think maybe we'll figure out now the Bravo Dogs may need to spend a little more time racing.
That Bentley touring car, very sporty. Behind them, 1965 Chevrolet Caprice with a big block 396 cubic inch motor in it. This for sure going to town car. Father and son team, Tom Benson out of Dallas, Texas. Jeffrey Benson out of Waxahachie, Texas, navigating their rookies, Benson and Benson, in a big block Caprice from 1965. I absolutely love this car. Get on out of here. Check it out. They've preemptively removed the caps, by the way, if you're wondering what some of these guys are doing, rather than depositing their hubcaps in the desert somewhere.
Team 134, another family pickup truck in a 65 farm truck. Ford 250 farm truck, pretty truck, and we got the cool father-son team here. Cason Matthews and Calvin over here. Aztec, New Mexico, Sportsman Division. Last year they showed up for the first time ever. Cason hadn't even had a learner's permit, or just got his learner's permit. Drove in the race, he's back this year in the family farm truck.
Slipping in here, 1973 BMW 2002. Craig Amundsen out of Eden Prairie, Minnesota, your driver. Jeff Mischke, his navigator out of Hopkins, Minnesota. This is Emily retired. This car being restored as a TI Alpina, 1973 BMW 2002. Spectacular car, beautifully restored car. Long-time competitor on Great Race. The little car does what it's supposed to do wonderfully. 2 BMW the W's on this race. Actually kind of rare for American Rally.
The Cousins decided they won the race this year, rookie division. Neil Street and Scott Street out of Huntersville, North Carolina, in a 68 Chevy Camaro. Easy Street is the name of their team. We're hoping that's how it works for you all this year, fellas. First time ever. They waited for 10 years for everything to fall together to be able to race and to go in this car. And here they are for the first great race in 159.
Behind the little 68 Camaro, here a 73 Ford Mustang Mach 1. Please welcome the Mach 1 Misfits, Barbara and Jason Carroll out of Aurora, Colorado. 2-year restoration on this car. They drove it to Springfield from Colorado to start this race. A little bit madness, a little bit passion. I love it. This Mach 1 beautifully restored. 32 years married. Congratulations, because it's probably at risk this week as you rally together. No, it's a cool car, man. The Mach 1's had the most killer lines on the fast side. There's your horn, folks. Get out of here.
The 123, this is a 1961 Mercedes-Benz 190 SL. Dan Omby is driving. He's out of Houston, Texas. He grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Bill Wallace is from Houston, Texas. He's navigating. They're in the Sportsman division. 3,792 of these cars were ever built in 61. Bought it on a frame-off restoration that they did in 98. These fellas grew up, they were Eagle Scouts together. Dan was the president, they were the president.
Formerly a work truck on a nursery in North Carolina, this 1970 Jeep Commando, beautifully restored. Gary Blake out of Gander, North Carolina. His navigator, Jerry Smith, out of Visco, North Carolina. They're rookies. The North Carolina Commander in this sweet 70 Jeep Commander. It's real nice old truck here. He's got all the correct parts and pieces and brought it back to its glory. Now it's too nice to go in the mud, but he says he's going to do it anyway. Little 327 or a little V8, V6 Buick motor in that thing from the factory, the Dauntless V6.
Team 14, Fraser Metcalf in his 6th straight race from London, Ontario. He's driving. He gets the honor of having the wonderful navigator Robert Dingus with him from Killen, Alabama, in his 20th great race in a 1935 Ford 5-window coupe. Car 14 is the name of their car, or team. I don't know where you got it, but they are in the expert division. Thanks to Robert over here. No strange generation. Good luck, fellas.
Put your hands together for another international team out of Switzerland, Mark and Andrea Neighbor. In their rookie campaign, married 40 years, and they decided this was the adventure they had signed up for. It's Mayazzo, I'm making fun of Mayazzo, Switzerland, where they're from. Mark and Andrea in the beautiful 1957 3100 Chevrolet truck. Pretty incredible. Go to another country, get a truck, drive it to the start, drive across the country. Unbelievable story. Get out of here, folks.
We haven't had too many Swiss in the race.
I don't know if we've ever had a fully Swiss team. I mean, they didn't bring any chocolates or watches, so I'm a little steamed about this situation.
Man, Team 112, friends for over 40 years. Forrest Ayler out of Davie, Florida is driving. Dave Sykes out of Palm Beach, Florida is navigating in the 55 Buick Roadmaster convertible. One of the questionably nicest paint jobs on the race and older restoration. Pretty cool team, 112. Good luck, fellas.
Start looking now. It'll take you 2 minutes to see the whole thing. It's a 1964 Cadillac Eldorado. Daniel Saunders out of Manhattan Beach, California, driving. Remco Waller calls California home now, but he is originally from the Netherlands. Wonderful, wonderful history of their friendship in this car. Unbelievable. 64 Cadillac Eldorado. It's long. It's all outside. They got a little eager. It looks like he's shooting his own documentary on some kind of 8mm/VHS/Betacam. I love it.
I think it came with the car from the dealer.
Yeah. That's a Cadillac camera.
Or the train just came through. T-133 father-son team out of Ormond Beach, Florida. Randall Henderson, Todd Hendricks. 67 Corvette Coupe Expert Division. They went around and screwed up in the Sportsman Division.
driver, Jim Seaman out of Niceville, Florida, the navigator. Father and daughter team, 1970 Cadillac Eldorado, 500 cubic inches, Scott. This one of the few 500 cubic inch motors that had 400 horsepower, and it's front wheel drive. This is an anomaly in all of GM's history, and a very cool car to go great racing in.
Well, we go to Team 77, the Brockways, Chuck and Lauren out of Kimberly, Idaho. 1941 Ford Deluxe sedan in the Sportsman division. This team formerly known as
You're on
Team
YouTube
77,
now.
which I don't know why they're not still. They could be. Whole family thing going on here. They said the transmission actually disassembled itself and it's back. So good job, y'all. I noticed you got one missing. Brother's not in here. Father and the kids went out for town. I saw them home. Pretty cool.
I absolutely love these international competitors. They are so much fun. All the way from Kyoto City, Japan, Itsuki Koho and Koji Kakuga, 1969. That's an SR311. This, a little 2000 Fairlady, straight up Japanese market car, right-hand drive. Itsuki and Koji having the time of their lives. Team R Life. When you hear the horn, your race begins. So got the cameras out. Listen, that car twists from the $8 grand. What a neat little sports car from back in the day.
Team 106 coming in behind them, some rookies, first time ever. Nomura Hidehiro from Toyota City, Japan is driving. Nobutaka Hayafuko from Toyota City, Japan is navigating. Rookies, first time ever to America from Japan in a great race. Super glad that you all are here.
Yes, Scott, so this bunch from Japan are Nippon Rallyists who got together and wanted to do the American Rally Great Race. This, check it out, the only one you'll see for sure today, anywhere, 1970 Isuzu Bellet, Hiroshi Izawa, Akiko Izawa from Tokyo, Japan, in this little 70 Isuzu. Second-year competitors. What a neat car. Did you even know there was a 1970 Isuzu to begin with? Much less. Japanese market car, right-hand drive on the great nation of ours roads, the Mother Road all the way across the country. What an adventure you're in right now. Got some mini lights on it. What a neat car.
Team 160. Desmond Gonzalez from Owl's Head, Maine is driving. Oliver Grierson from Owl's Head is navigating. That's not true. I see Jenny Gold over here is navigating today. So ladies and gentlemen, this is an X-Cup team. This is a student group out of Owl's Head, Maine. They have a lovely museum up there. They put kids in the cars to work on the cars to get them out and let them experience it. And they put them in for the great race. 4 kids involved in this year.
Coming in here, 1931 Ford Model A Victoria body, Carlos Comares, Stephen Martino out of New Jersey. This in their third race, the Bloomfield Cruisers, ladies and gentlemen. The Victoria body Model A marked Pasadena or bust. Let's hope for Pasadena. What a great car. Very, very rare, the Victoria body. Not the rarest of the bodies, but you don't see a whole lot of these bodies car. Model A's from there. Carlos and Steven, get out of here. Can you believe this lineup of cars, Scott?
No, and they just keep coming. 149, a 1953 Plymouth two-door station wagon, an amazingly smooth body on this car. Ron Rosenthal from Vero Beach, Florida is driving. His lovely daughter from Atlanta, Georgia is navigating. Lisa Harbor over here in the rookie division. First time ever. Out of Hilltop Farm is the name of their team. Hemi engine in this car. And pretty cool father-daughter team. The little Plymouth seats out. Here comes a pretty hot muscle car. 1971 GS 350 Buick convertible. Dan Grubman out of San Rafael, California.
Mark Conry out of Chico, California. This Buick GS 350, beautifully restored. It's a convertible, one of 656 convertible GS 350s, one of only 50 to have factory air conditioning. Well chosen, my boys. This is a great looking car. Man, that color looks perfect in the bright sunshine.
Team 43, the Gordons out of Rockport, Maine. David is driving, Wendy is navigating the 1972 BMW 2002. Team Gordons are named Rookie Division, first time ever. They got this car 3 months ago. It was a shell, they said, came in 116 Ziploc bags, and now it is traveling across in the Great Lakes. Good luck, rookies. Hope to see you tonight. Awesome team.
Team Cat pulling in here. Sweet little high rod 38 Ford 5-window coupe. Brian Shoemaker out of Texas. Carl Pugh out of Messingham, England, his navigator. He went a pretty long way around the block to get a navigator. Team Cat is his tried and true 38 Ford 5-window coupe known as Maxine. This a historic great race car. Tons of races over the years. Beautiful body lines, 38 Ford. Brian and Carl making those memories again this year. Check this car out, perfect color. White walls from Coker Tire Company.